Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel Imagining Tech. Today is October 3rd, 2019. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the congestion CPU issues that the EOS blockchain has currently been facing. I first noticed it last night when I was trying to execute a trade on the Nudex exchange. For those of you guys who don't know, Nudex exchange is a completely decentralized exchange that is on the EOS blockchain. It also supports Tron. And I noticed that I wasn't able to execute trades. I kept getting an error. So I was like, okay, there's definitely something wrong. This is weird. I trade on Nudex exchange every other day. I never have any issues. So basically I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just trying to do too many things at once. I had a sell limit order in, and I was like, okay, in order for me to execute a buy that I wanted to do, let me go ahead and cancel out this sell. Let me revoke this sell. So I go to revoke the sell and I get another error, and I can't even revoke the sell. I can't even take my order off the market. And that's when I knew, okay, for sure there's something going on with the EOS blockchain. And I just said, okay, you know what, I'll deal with it tomorrow. And so I look into the gang chat, and the crypto type had actually posted an article talking about what the issue was. I'm gonna go ahead and link that article in the description box below so you guys can go ahead and check it out. Definitely an interesting read. But basically, long story short, a white hat hacker was stress testing the EOS network, and he was able to effectively freeze a lot of individual user accounts. He wasn't really able to affect accounts that had a lot of EOS staked to them. So if you had a lot of resources staked to your account, you're pretty much good. If you were a smart contract with a lot of EOS in it, you were good. So the dApps that had a lot of resources, they were good. It was mostly individual user accounts that didn't have access to a lot of network resources that really got affected the most. And what's kind of scary about it is that he was able to do it with not a lot of EOS. He said in the article that he did it with a little bit over 7,000 EOS. He was able to pretty much execute this stall of the network and hurt so many individual user accounts. And basically the problem really came with because the EOS network is not it's entering congestion mode too easily, and it's not recovering quickly enough. And because it's not recovering quickly enough, it's very cheap in order for this type of attack to be performed. Getting access to 7,000 EOS with resource exchanges like Rex and Chintai is actually very cheap, very affordable. So it's kind of worrying in that sense, because somebody could essentially keep running this attack over and over. And it makes it all the more effective when you wait and you notice when other resource intensive dApps are doing resource intensive activities, and then you stack your resource intensive spamming on top of that, and then it creates a big problem, and it kind of stalls the network for a lot of users. A potential fix, somebody told me about it on Twitter, Eosian Alexander, he told me about it on Twitter, is you can always use resource exchange, you can use Chintai. So there's always that. If you want to have access to more resources, this really won't affect you. But as far as mass adoption, and this is what I was saying, it's just like, to me, mass adoption on EOS means being able to onboard users to the platform, and they shouldn't have to understand or even think about resources. It should just be something that they get on, they sign in, and they interact with whatever application they want to interact with. Like, understanding resources, going to resource exchanges, like, that is something that I don't think an average user will find a pleasant experience. So my thing is, we just had the 1.8 update release. I want to see more users being able to access and provide resources for individual user accounts. Like, I don't think this should be a problem going in the future. I think more dApps should become DSPs, and not only that, I'm looking forward to the virtual CPU solution that Liquid Apps is supposed to be coming out with before the end of this year. Because I looked at the roadmap and it says second half of 2019. So October, November, December, like, we've got about 3 months. I know just the way Benny and the team operates, they're not going to start talking about new stuff until they're actually implementing it, until it's actually at the very least on the test net. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be an interesting solution. I think that'll solve a lot. So I'm not overly concerned, and I know they'll push temporary fixes in the meantime to get us to where we need to be. But this has definitely got me thinking, okay, this is a concern right now in the immediate term. I think in the next, I would say 4 to 5, 6 months, we could see more. Once these issues get resolved, we'll see more mainstream applications being scaled and more users being onboarded. But that's where I'm thinking. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just going to continue to accumulate, network, hold, and hopefully in about the next couple months, everything will be in a better state.